Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
وعليكم السلام.
Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Amma ba'd. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Please recite after me. As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Rasulullah.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habiballah.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله.
As-salatu was-salamu alayka ya Nabi Allah.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nur Allah.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله.
The Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam has beautifully mentioned that a person who recites one Durood Sharif upon me, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showers 10 of His mercies upon that person. We can recite together inshallah. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. All praises to our nourisher, our sustainer, our provider, the Lord of the entire universe. And countless of salutations, salawat and durood upon the reason of creation. Countless of salutations upon that personality because of whom this universe was created. Upon our beloved Master, Ahmad Mustafa, Muhammad Mustafa, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. There is a beautiful शेर that दिए मौजिज़े अंबिया को खुदा ने, दिए मौजिज़े अंबिया को खुदा ने, कि हमारा नबी तो मौजिज़ा बन के आया.
سبحان الله.
That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given many mu'jizas to Anbiya alayhi salatu wassalam. Like Musa alayhi salatu wassalam was given the asa. Whenever he threw it on the ground, it turned to be a big serpent. When he placed his hand under his arms, under his armpit, and he took it out, it started glowing. Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam was given beauty. Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wassalam was given the power to cure the blind. He was given the power to resurrect the dead. But our beloved Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he came to this world as a mu'jiza for the entire universe. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, among all the prophets, among all the creations, was the best personality. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him the most knowledge. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him the most wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him the best Sahaba Ikram, granted him the best Ummah, and granted him the most beauty.
سبحان الله.
Allahu Akbar. Sabse afzal Sahaba, the greatest Sahaba were given to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Greatest Ummah was given to Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. The most beautiful person was Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. the biggest and greatest alim was Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The greatest teacher and muallim was Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. But when it comes to beauty, Allahu Akbar, Hazrat Abu Hurairah radhiyallahu anhu mentions regarding the beauty of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He mentions that ma ra'aytu shay'an ahsana min Rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He said that I have not seen anything that is more beautiful than Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
Subhanallah.
In the Arabic language, the word shay'an, ma ra'aytu shay'an, I did not see anything. In the Arabic language, the word shay'an means anything, something. You should ponder on the words of Abu Hurairah. He says, "Ma ra'aytu shay'an." I have not seen anything that is more beautiful than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He did not say, "Ma ra'aytu insanan." He did not say, "Ma ra'aytu rajulan." He did not say that I did not see any human better than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He did not say that I did not see any man more beautiful than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He mentions, I have not seen anything that is more beautiful than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Under things comes the moon on the 14th night. The moon is at its fullest. It is the most beautiful. When we walk in the gardens, we see the beautiful flowers and roses. Roses come under things. And that is still not in comparison to the beauty of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When we go to the beach, we see the ocean, the water, the trees, the mountains, everything is so beautiful. But if we have to take the beauty of the entire creation on one side, but keep the beauty of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam on one side, the beauty that is the most and the greatest is the beauty of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
That's why Abu Hurairah mentioned that ma ra'aytu shay'an ahsana min Rasulillah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sallu ala al-Habib
Sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam.
Al-Mu'minin Sayyidatuna Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha. One day she was sewing something, and it was dark night. In those times, there was not electricity, there were no lights, there was no such thing available to bring light at night. So in such a dark night, Aisha Siddiqa radhiyallahu anha was sewing something. It so happened that while sewing, that needle fell on the ground. In such a dark night, such a small thing, it was very difficult to see. It was very difficult to find. At that exact moment, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wa sallam entered the house.
Subhanallah.
As soon as he entered that house, due to the noor and the light that was coming out from the blessed face of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, due to that noor, the entire room was filled with light, and as Aisha Siddiqa was able to find that needle.
Subhanallah.
This is the beauty of Aqaid al-Jahan sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Regarding the beauty, there was one one story about Hazrat Jabir radhiyallahu anhu. On the 14th night, as I mentioned earlier, on the 14th night, the moon is at its fullest. It's very beautiful, it's very bright, and it shines the most on that night. So on that night, Hazrat Jabir anhu was in an open field, and he looked towards the moon, and he was admiring the beauty of that moon. While he was admiring that beauty, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came. Then Hazrat Jabir anhu looks towards the moon, and then he looks towards the face of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Allahu Akbar.
Again, he looks towards the moon, and then he looks towards the blessed face of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And for the third time he did this. He looks towards the moon, admires its beauty, but then looks towards the beloved face of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and says that the noor that is illuminating from the face of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is greater than that of the moon.
Allahu Akbar, Subhanallah.
Wa ahsanu minka
Lam.
lam tara qattu aini wa ajmalu minka lam talid an-nisa khuliqta mubarra'an min kulli aibin ka'annaka qad khuliqta kama tasha. We learn that wa ahsanu minka lam tara qattu aini, that no eyes or no eye has seen something more beautiful than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa ajmalu minka lam talid an-nisa. No woman has given birth to someone who is more beautiful than Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Khuliqta mubarra'an min kulli aibin. Ya Rasulullah, you were created free from all of the faults. Allahu Akbar. كَأَنَّكَ قَدْ خُلِقْتَ كَمَا تَشَاءُ. It was as if you were created the way you wish, Ya Rasulullah.
Subhanallah.
This is the beauty of Aqaid al-Jahan sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. As human beings, as among the ummah of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as normal human beings, we cannot understand Mu'jiza according to how it's supposed to be understood. We cannot understand the status of the Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam. If you cannot understand the status of Anbiya alayhi salatu wasalam, how can you understand the status and the glory of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
Subhanallah.
When it comes to the beauty, today's topic is the beauty. Hazrat Ali, the son-in-law of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the husband of the daughter of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the father of the two kings of Jannah, Allahu Akbar. He beautifully says that lam ara qablahu wala ba'dahu mithlahu. He says that I have not seen anyone like Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam before the arrival of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and even after the arrival of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is the son-in-law of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying that he has not seen anyone like Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahu Akbar. But when we listen to this, like an objection, if I can say, it can come to some people's mind. Some people do question that Hazrat Ali who is saying this about the beauty of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He who has only been in Medina Sharif. That's one objection. He has only seen the people of Medina. He who has not traveled the entire world. How is he claiming that there is no one like Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Is everyone understanding this objection?
Yeah.
Then we ask Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam,
Subhanallah.
the king of angels.
Yeah.
Whenever we recite Naat and everything, we listen to these ash'ar. एक दिन जिब्रील से कहने लगे शाहे उमम,
बेशक
तुमने देखा है जहां, तो बतलाओ तो कैसे हैं हम।
सुभान अल्लाह।
अर्ज की जिब्रील ने ए शाहिदी मोहतरम, आप सा कोई मुमासिल ही नहीं रब की कसम।
सुभान अल्लाह। नारा तकबीर, नारा रिसालत।
So Hazrat Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam comes in the court of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Aqaid al-Jahan sallallahu alaihi wasallam asks him that, "Oh Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, you have seen the entire universe. In the entire universe there was Hazrat Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, there was Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, there was Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, there was Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam, There was Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, regarding whom there is a surah in the Holy Quran, regarding whom it has been mentioned that Husn Yusuf pe kati Misr mein angushte zana.
Subhanallah.
Regarding that Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, regarding his beauty, it has been mentioned that Husn Yusuf pe kati Misr mein angushte zana. अरे सर कटाते हैं तेरे नाम पे बताने आला.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
Those people who did not understand this Urdu language, I will translate to you that one day Jibreel comes in the court of Attari and was asked that, "Oh Jibreel, you have seen this entire universe. Tell me, how do you consider me, or how do I look to you?" Then Jibreel says that, "Ya Rasulullah, I have seen the entire universe, but I have not seen anyone who is like you, Ya Rasulullah." And then when he comes to the Sher Husn Yusuf pe kati Misr mein angushte zana, Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam was blessed with the most beauty. He was famous for the beauty that he was given, to such an extent that the women of Misr, when they saw the beauty of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, while they were cutting fruits and vegetables, they started cutting their fingers but weren't realizing that this is what's happening. But when it comes to the beauty of each person who loves Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is ready to sacrifice his life and everything on the name of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Subhanallah. Subhanallah.
So from this we come to understand that Husn Yusuf, the beauty of Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam, was haqiqatan, in reality, was a portion from the beauty of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Subhanallah.
So Yusuf alayhi salatu wasalam gained that beauty through the sadaqah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. तेरे खुल्क को हक ने अजीम कहा, तेरी खल्क को हक ने जमील किया, कोई तुझसा हुआ है ना होगा शाह तेरे खालिक हुस्न व अदब. I make dua in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He enables us to love Nabi sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam more than anything in this entire universe. Because complete and kamil iman, a person gains complete iman only when he loves Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than everything, including himself, including his parents, including his children. That's the true love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And a person truly gets that kamil iman when he loves Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than anything in this world. So I make dua in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He grants us the true love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and protect us from evil and grant us the ability to remain steadfast on this beautiful religion, Islam. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa alayna illa al-balagh al-mubin. When it comes to donations, every Friday we have to talk about donations. Why? Because the one who is telling you about donation, for example me, or even not me, any person who talks to you about sadaqah is actually doing you a favor. Because he is allowing you to take out from your pocket to give in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that wealth which was given to you by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. See, sadaqah means to spend something in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without the intention of showing off. Any person who gives millions and millions of rand in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the intention to show off to people, keep in mind that person's sadaqah will never be accepted. The meaning of sadaqah is to give in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with the intention of giving without the intention of showing off. We have come to know that real sadaqah is free. from any kind of showing off and desires for respect and praises from people. It is only done for the pleasure of Allah Azza wa Jal, for attaining rewards from Allah Azza wa Jal. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala beautifully mentions in the glorious Quran, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, لَن تَنَالُوا الْبِرَّ حَتَّى تُنْفِقُوا مِمَّا تُحِبُّونَ وَمَا تُنْفِقُوا مِنْ شَيْءٍ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ بِهِ عَلِيمٌ. That you shall never attain virtue until you spend in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's cause the things you love. And Allah is aware of whatever you spend. Giving sadaqah does not mean you must give the clothes that you don't like to wear. Sadaqah doesn't mean that you must give something that you don't use and you don't want to use. Sadaqah doesn't mean that you must give something that you don't like. The greatest sadaqah is from that thing which you personally have love and desire for. There was one wali of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm not remembering his name. He used to give sugar in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as sadaqah. So he was asked that why do you give sugar? When if you give money, it will have more value. Why do you give sugar? He says that because more than money, I love sugar. So the thing that I love, I'm going to give in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we should always try and give anything that we desire in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that thing which we love. And nowadays in this age and time, money is the thing that is most valuable and it is more desirable. Because without money you cannot live properly. You need to pay rent, you need to give your school fees, etc., etc., etc. So money is the best form of giving in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I may God that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us the ability, permission to give all those things which we have a desire and love for. Ameen. Time to perform your sunnahs.